ocean, over the clouds, and around the world, here comes the wild side of wildlife.
The Animal Show!
And now let's have a wild welcome for your furry friends,
Stinky and Jake!
Now it's the Animal Show!
Hello, all you little animals out there.
I'm Stinky.
And I'm Jake, and today we're going to meet the owl and the frog, two nocturnal animals.
What does nocturnal mean, Jake?
Well, it just means that the owl and the frog are more active at night than they are during the day.
Oh, well, you know, skunks are more active at night, too. That means three animals on today's show like nighttime best. The owl, the frog, and...
Right.
That settles it.
Settles what?
Where's the light switch out here?
Light switch? Oh, why do I have a bad feeling about this? Oh, yeah. That's why.
Now it's time for...
That's amazing! Today, let's look at the world's largest and oldest owl. The great eagle owl is the world's largest owl. Its wingspan can stretch as much as 6 feet, and it can weigh more than 8 pounds.
Dude, that's a whole lot of owl.
It's the world's oldest owl, too.
Him?
He can live for up to 68 years, longer than any other owl. The great eagle owl.
A big old bird that'll light up your night and make you say...
That's amazing! Bunny, could we borrow your flashlight?
Just coming. Here you go, Cousin Jakey. I got something even better.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you, Bunny.
Okay.
All right, and now it's time to learn more about the nightlife. So let's bring out our first guest from the world's woodlands, deserts, and tundras.
Tundras.
Here's Timothy, the owl.
Well, now, this is a fine-looking place. Dark as night, just the way I like it.
Whoa!
But what is with this bright light?
Oh, I'm sorry about the lantern there, Timothy. Jake isn't nocturnal like you and I.
Oh, a shame that. Nighttime is the right time when it comes to owls. I rhyme. Let me show you what I mean by taking a look at my favorite owls.
Well, now, who is that?
Oh, that is a barn owl.
Oh, does he live in a barn?
Some barn owls do, Stinky. That's how it got its name. But some barn owls live in the rafters of an empty house, or in the case of this particular fella, in the church next to an old graveyard.
Graveyard?
Some folks used to think barn owls were ghosts because of the way they flew so quietly through the graveyards. And then they disappear into rafters like this.
Gosh, I noticed that you owls have very fluffy feathers.
Fluffy they are. And that's not just for beauty, you know. Our feathers are extra thick like a down coat to keep us warm on cold nights when we may sit for hours waiting for a meal to wander by. The long feathers on that owl's wing are called flight feathers. They've got a very soft layer of down on the top and bottom.
Well, what does that do?
It means our wings make very little noise when they flap. We fly more quietly than most any other birds.
Timothy, is it true that owls have good eyesight?
Oh, that we do. It's almost 100 times better than a human being's eyesight. And as if we weren't amazing enough, we can move our heads almost all the way around.
Well, what are owl families like?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked, Jake. I just happen to have some photographs. There's a mother owl tending to her young. She'll stay with them and keep them warm until they're ready to fly.
Well, how long will that be?
For barn owls, like these, about 6 or 7 weeks. Great eagle owls fly after about 2 months, but those wee pygmy owls start flying after only a month.
Oh, way to go, wee pygmy owls.
Now, how many chicks do owls usually have?
That all depends on how much food is around. If there's a lot of good eating to be had, a mother owl may lay 4 to 6 eggs. But if food is hard to find, she may not lay any eggs at all.
Well, it must be a pretty good year for this owl if she hatched all those chicks.
That it is. But having chicks is a lot of work. She and the father owl have to bring back enough food to feed the whole family.
Well, how does that work?
Well, Jake, while one owl stays with the young, the other goes out hunting. It's difficult enough hunting for yourself, but hunting for a family means a lot more flights into the night. Ooh, another rhyme.
You know, being a nocturnal animal doesn't sound so bad.
Well, if you ask me, Jake, nightlife is the best. The darkness of the night gives owls an extra advantage.
And that makes it a little easier for you to bring home dinner for you and your family.
It's true, Jake. But even with our great eyesight, it can be tough for owls to see what's out there in the dark. But here's a secret. We have very good ears.
I don't see any ears.
That is because they're tucked away under our feathers. Not only can we hear over a great distance, but we can even figure out how far away a mouse or some meal is, just by listening to the sound it makes.
Well, thanks for telling us all about owls, Timothy.
Oh, it was my pleasure. And since it's dark, I've got to do some hunting. Remember, stay away from the light. Have a good night. Oh, I rhyme again.
Wow. Now, Stinky, now that the owl is gone, could we turn the lights back on in here?
Oh, of course not, Jake. It's time for Baby Talk.
I'm starving. Can I get one?
Here it is, here it is.
Oh,
I've got it, lovely mouse. Don't worry, I cut it up for you. Here we go. Biting it into nice little pieces there.
Thanks, more. Excuse me.
Here's another bite.
More.
And another.
Oh, more.
And
Can I just
another.
meet? I just
More? All right. Here's a nice big bite for...
Oh, no, you don't. This is mine. Oh, more, please. Some more?
Here you go.
Thanks, that's more like it.
Oh, I'm getting this one.
Jake, we don't need more light.
But I want to be able to see what's going on.
Well, then turn out the lights, because what's going on is the night light.
Oh.
You can't beat the night as darkness creeps around you. You don't need the light as shadows will surround you. The moon shining bright's the only way he found you. You can't beat the night. The world comes alive. Tiny feet are creeping. Some will survive. Others make good eating. Some swoop and dive. Others keep on leaping. You can't beat the night. But you can't stop the day. Dawn is gently breaking. The night creeps away. A new world is awakening. And though Mr. Sun, soon you'll have us baking. You can't take our night away.
I'm Rhonda Rat, rodent reporter, getting you answers to today's tough questions. Let's see if this animal knows the answer. Ma'am. Yep. Can you answer this question? Yep. Which of these animals lives in the Arctic Circle? The tawny owl, the barn owl, the king penguin, or the snowy owl? Your answer. Yep. Can't you say anything except yup? Nope. I walked right into that one, didn't I? Yep. The correct answer is the snowy owl. Now back to you, Stinky and Jake.
And now it's time to find out even more about the life of nocturnal animals from the world's ponds, swamps, and wetlands.
Wetlands.
Here's Mavis the frog.
The night is young. Let's have fun. Hey, Stinky. Hey, Jake. Oh, you two are looking great.
Oh, thank you.
For a skunk and a polar bear.
Oh, just kidding.
Oh,
kid.
just kidding. You know, it's a pleasure to have you here, Mavis.
Oh, no, pleasure's mine, Jake. I dig this dark. So, what do you want to know about frogs?
Oh, well, how about where do you live?
Oh, good question, kiddo. Anywhere there's water, that's where you'll find us. But swamps and ponds like this one are a frog favorite. Oh, handsome fella, ain't he? And here's a common frog with a baby froglet that's just changed from a tadpole.
Oh, hi, little baby froglet. He's cute.
Hard to believe we frogs aren't just built for beauty. Everything about us is perfect for living in swamps. Oh, look at those Henson eyes. They're set high on our heads so we can lie low in the water, and our eyesight is almost as good as an owl's.
Ooh, perfect for seeing at night, right?
Right.
Well, your skin looks like a scuba diver's wetsuit.
That it does, Jake. And check out those hind legs. They're always ready to send us leaping.
And your toes are webbed.
Which makes us excellent swimmers, if I do say so myself. And I do.
Mavis, is it true that frogs hibernate?
Wow, how did you know that?
Oh, Jake is a mysterious wellspring of arcane information.
Well, true. And as a bear, I'm always interested in meeting other animals who hibernate.
Oh, yeah, it's true, Jake. Between October and February, most frogs hibernate. We'll tuck ourselves away in a burrow under a rock or even in a tree. That way we can save energy until the weather warms up and there's more food.
Well, what kind of food do you eat?
Like snails and slugs, caterpillars, mosquitoes, ants, beetles, well, all kinds of insects.
Well, who is that?
That's an African bullfrog.
Hey, what's he doing there?
Oh, like he's taking off his outer skin?
Taking off his skin?
Oh, sure. You see, Stinky, before he went into his summer sleep, that frog absorbed lots of water so he wouldn't dry out.
That layer of skin kept the water in.
Sort of like a waterproof seal, right?
Right! And now that summer's over, the African bullfrog doesn't need that waterproof layer, so he takes it off and eats it.
Hey, what's that?
These are different kinds of tadpoles and young frogs.
Well, now does a mother frog have a lot of babies?
Oh, well, she usually lays between 1,000 and 2,000 eggs.
Wow!
Not all those eggs become frogs. Fish, turtles, even spiders just love eating frog eggs and little tadpoles.
Well, does the mother frog have to feed all those tadpoles?
Oh, no! Tadpoles will eat whatever's in the water around them. Algae, bacteria, you name it. And then after about 4 or 5 months, the tadpole's front and back legs start to form.
Well, then what happens?
Well, like once the tadpole's legs are strong enough, the tadpole climbs out of the water for the first time.
And that's when it loses its tail.
Actually, the tail is absorbed into the tadpole's body.
Whew, boy, I'm sure glad that doesn't happen to skunks.
Mavis, I've always wondered
What Stinky would look like if he absorbed his own tail. Oh, yeah.
Well, that too, but I've also wondered how many kinds of frogs there are in the world.
Oh, like that's such a good question, Jake. There are more than 4,000 species of frogs. You'll even find us up in trees like this little fella here.
Oh, what kind of frog is that?
Oh, like he's called a tree frog.
Oh, because it lives in trees, right?
Oh, you're such a quick study, kiddo. The tree frog has little sucker discs on the ends of its fingers and toes so it can, like, grip the leaves and move around the tree without falling off. We frogs adapt to almost any place we live.
Cool.
Oh, and if you think that's something, check out this gliding frog from the wetlands of Malaysia and Borneo. Oh, this is in slow motion, so like you can see how gracefully they glide. They can sail as far as 50 feet through the air.
Whoa, that was a pretty tough landing.
But she made it thanks to those sticky fingers.
Whoa. Well, thanks for coming, Mavis. I'm glad you liked the dark in here.
Oh, I wouldn't be a real frog if I didn't like the night.
Well, care to tell us about it in a song?
I leap at the chance.
Oh, and now here's Mavis the Frog with We Come Alive at Night.
We're out celebrating, the room is gyrating, the whole place is shaking, we're having fun. You may be sleeping, but we're out there leaping, bopping and beeping till the morning sun. We're all wound up like hot spring, the moon is up, let's do our thing. We come alive at night, we come alive at night.
thanks, Mavis. Great song.
Yeah, thanks, Mavis.
You know, Stinky. Woo! I'm starting to like the dark. It kind of reminds me of the dark days of winter when we polar bears just hibernate. In fact, just thinking about it makes me...
Jake, wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
And now it's time for...
Animal awards. Which of these owls is the world's largest?
Hey, wait a second. I know this one.
Is it
The great eagle owl?
the tawny owl?
Yeah. Or the barn owl?
And today's winner is...
I know this. I know it.
The great eagle owl, weighing up to 8 pounds with a wingspan as much as 6 feet wide.
Oh, that's not the one I was going to guess.
Congratulations, great eagle owl, the largest owl in the world.
Gee, I could have sworn I knew that one.
Come on, Jake. Come on, Jake. It's time to read a story. Wake up. I brought your book.
Oh, what?
Here.
Right. I'm ready. I'm awake. Once upon a time, there was a deep, dark cave. And inside this deep, dark cave were bats. Millions and millions of bats. Millions of bats who all loved the dark. Now, every night before they went off to work catching insects, the mommy bats left their baby bats in the bat creche. The baby bats had thousands of other baby bats to hang around with. Sometimes the littlest baby bats wondered how their mommies would find them. But a mommy bat always knows which baby is hers. The baby bats couldn't wait for the day when they would be big enough to fly out into the night to catch moths with the grown-ups. Until then, they just stayed inside that deep, dark cave, where they all lived happily ever after. The end.
Well, that was a good story, Jake. You know, I especially liked the part where... Jake? Oh, no. If it stays dark in here, Jake will hibernate forever. Jake! Jake!
Ooh, all this darkness makes me feel tired, just like my cousin Jakey. Right now, it's time for...
When we come alive at night.
Armstrong, it's habitat
We
time.
come alive, yes, but you know what? I was thinking, Bunny, since it's so dark in here, why don't we skip habitat time and have a party instead? We come
Great
alive
idea!
at night.
Oh, I know just where to look for some party animals.
Where's that?
The cork oak forest of Estremadura, Spain. Yeah.
Bunny, anywhere but Estremadura, huh?
Come on,
Bunny.
Armstrong.
Hey, Bunny, there's no party here, just trees. Let's go back.
No, not yet.
What do you mean there's nothing to look at?
Oh,
On second thought, is that a good-looking bird I see hiding in that tree?
Armstrong, that azure winged magpie isn't gonna party. She's too busy feeding her chicks.
Hey, haven't you ever heard of getting a chick sitter? Oh, yeah. Now those guys look like they know how to have a good time.
Yeah, they're wild.
Yeah.
Wild pigs. They're looking for acorns and other food underneath the cork tree. Oh, look, a short-toed eagle.
Oh, the perfect party animal. Hey, what kind of snacks do you think he'll eat?
Snakes.
Snakes?
Yeah, like that ladder snake.
Do you think he'd settle for cheese whizzies instead? Excuse me, what do you say, big fella? Can you lay off the snakes for just one night? What do you think? Guess not. Oh, hey, dear, you want to come to a party tonight? Free water, you know. Dear? Hey, come back. It'll be fun.
Oh, why don't you ask these griffin vultures? I'm sure they'd like to get out of the cork forest for a night.
They look like they're already having a party. Oh, what's that?
It's an axe. That human is cutting the bark off the cork tree.
Ouch, stop. Wait a minute. We can't let him do that.
No, it's all right, Armstrong. It doesn't hurt the tree. The bark falls right back. Humans use the cork for things like bulletin boards and to stick in the tops of bottles.
Very weird.
Hey, Armstrong, there are some animals who love a party.
What? Ants?
Hey, ants, want to come to Armstrong's
No,
party?
Bunny, not ants. Let's get out of here.
I think the ants are coming, Armstrong.
Hey, you know any anteaters that are available?
Oh, Armstrong. For Habitat Time, it's Bunny Bear.
And Armstrong the Chicken Hawk.
Just back from the cork oak forest of Spain.
Over to you, Rhonda.
Once again, I'm Rhonda Get out. Rodent reporter, getting you answers to today's tough questions. Ma'am, please. Let's see if this animal knows the answer. Ma'am.
What's the question?
The question is, which of these animals is not nocturnal? The bat, the chameleon, the hedgehog, or the owl? Your answer.
My husband, Murray.
What?
He's definitely not nocturnal. He never wants to go out. Oh, no.
Trapdoor! Ugh, camel breath. No wonder Murray doesn't want to go out with her. The correct answer is the chameleon. The chameleon is not a nocturnal animal. It is active during the daytime, not at night. Reporting on chameleons, this is Rhonda Rat. Now back to Stinky and Jake.
Jake! Thanks, Rhonda. Jake, wake up. Jake, that's all we have time for. I want to thank our special guests, Timothy the Owl and Mavis the Frog. Jake, wake up. Let's see, so until next time, like Jake always says, keep on seeing the world through the eyes of animals. Jake, wake up. Jake.